What's going on, guys? So I got my Beeman BP50 Beeman Protect 50. I'm guessing is what that means, or the acronym. Oh yeah, it says right there, Beeman Protect. I've shown you guys in a couple of my videos. My magazine was being kind of wonky. I'm pretty sure I remedied it. It's working good now, like how it should have been, shipped. You can see this side used to be all like kind of like curved outward, like it didn't want to grab that pin very well. So what I did is I removed this follower from the top of the magazine, and I opened this up to just do a whole like inspection of the magazine. So currently the only way you can buy new magazines is from the hwasan website. I'll leave links and stuff for where I bought this. But there's like 2 or 3 or 4 U.S. based companies that sell these things. The BP50, they don't sell magazines currently, just the BP50, which comes with one magazine. So anyways, this is the bottom of the mag. It has a little thing right here. So you need like a pen or a skinny screwdriver or a nail or something to push that. When you push that, you can move your bottom of the magazine. Nothing's going to fly out at this point. You will want to put your finger over this and slowly push it, that way. So this is the front of the mag. You want to push this way to expose where the spring is. I put my finger over this because you don't want it to go like flying out. So there's just a tiny little like plate. There's a notch on one end, or like a little like tit on this side, and it fits in this opening right here on the magazine where the follower guide is. I didn't measure this spring, but it's just a super long, skinny spring. I sanded this down. I don't have any fine or like the I only have one sandpaper currently right now, and it's 60 grit, so that's really coarse. I didn't want to run that through here. So I have this 100 grit sponge block thing, and I just kind of, it's tight from about here to here on my mag. I sanded it down pretty good. It's still a little bit tight. I can probably get it a little bit better, but it's a lot better than it used to be, because it would get like stuck right here when I'm trying to pull the follower down. Obviously the spring's not in it currently. You can pull your follower down and take it out the bottom, and there's the follower. And then all you're left with is basically this empty shell and the top part. So for the top part, mine was always like constantly like kind of off. It was like this. It was barely hanging on, and it was pissing me off. So what I did is I carefully pulled this up to get it off the pin. There's a little step right here on the top of the magazine. There's like a step. You have to lift that over carefully. If you snap this, you're effed currently, because you can't buy another magazine. So I'm sure in time we'll be able to get mags and all that stuff. So lift it over this little corner and turn the magazine over, and that's where the spring is, and that's where the other side is. This is actually a like knurled end pin, and mine is stuck on this side. So you have to clear the step on this side. So kind of like pull it down this way and make sure your spring doesn't fly out, and carefully maneuver the breech or follower guide thing. Maneuver it over that. Get your spring. It's not under a lot of tension. And then now this is like loose. So you have to clear this part, that little step right there, clear that part, and clear that part of this follower. Do it slow, don't do it fast. And then I proceeded to take this off. You have to pull this part, over the back, clear the housing, and then you can pull this out. So now this is basically all taken apart completely. So mine was kind of like that all the time. It doesn't look very square. Like it looks like it's like kind of like leaning to one side. So what I did was I put it on the pin and then kind of pushed it down a little bit. And I got a heat gun. My little cheap Harbor Freight heat gun. It's like 10 bucks or something. One day they had a sale on it, so I bought it. So I got a heat gun and I was holding this. Make sure all your springs and everything are over here, safe, not getting pushed around or whatever. I was holding this down a little bit. You can use like a pair of pliers or something so that your hand isn't getting hit by the heat. But what I was doing was I was applying heat to this side, which was the side that was kind of like off, crooked. Heated it up for a while, pressed it down onto the pin, and it was like this for, I don't know, a minute or two while it was hot. Obviously, if you don't have a heat tolerance with your hands, you're going to want gloves or something. Just hold it like that, and then after about a minute or two, like blow on it and cool it off, and it will pretty much like set like that. That's how mine is now, and that fixed that issue. You can see this knurled edge on the pin right here. You can kind of see that. So that's pretty much like stuck on this part of the magazine, or this detent latch thing, ball latch. I'm not going to mess with this because I feel like I'm going to break this. This is working fine. This part right here, there's no need for me to screw around with this part. I'll probably break it with my luck. So yeah, pretty much took all that stuff out, sanded this channel down. There's only one side that has a channel or a follower slot thing. This follower slot, or this guide, only has one side has a like a little like tit thing hanging off of it. So mine doesn't get stuck anymore. It's a lot smoother than it used to be. I could probably sand this down a little bit more, but it's a lot better than it used to be. It was really tight right here before. So yeah, I just got this. This is all I have currently, and I didn't want to go to the store just to get a piece of sandpaper. So I just got this and sanded it. I kind of just sanded the whole thing, but I was kind of just focusing like from here to here because that's where mine gets really tight. And then after I sanded it down, I just kind of wiped it off with my hands, blew on it, got my guide thing, pushed it back in there, got the spring, the big spring, pushed that in there just to simulate if I had this cap and everything on the bottom. Leave your thumb here or something there. And then like before, it would get really tight right here, and I had to like really push hard to get this to pass from about here to here. But right now it's working pretty good. I'll probably put a little bit of grease or something on it. I don't know if that'll help much, but it's a lot better than it was a couple hours ago. And then yeah, to reassemble, you could I'd probably do this part first. So take that off of there. It should set, like with the heat that you applied to it, it shouldn't want to just bend back to the way it was as long as it's cooled off. Give it like 5 minutes, or like 2-3 minutes. If you have a fan on it, it won't take as long. So you have to line up that pin with the hole. This pin is 1.5 millimeters thick, and you know, you could easily just measure this or measure the outside of the mag, and you can get the length, but it does have a knurled end. Anyway, 1.5 millimeter thick, in case you for some reason want to buy a pin and do all that stuff and hopefully not break this little piece of plastic or ABS or whatever this is. So I'm going to put that back through the mag, push that back over, clear this edge, this little step part on the left side, kind of bend it over on that side, clear that little step on the corner of the mag, and then you got this going again. You got to put your little spring back. I measured this. It's 9 millimeters across, like the length is 9 millimeters. The thickness is about 2 millimeters, like this. and the gauge, the thickness of the wire is 0.5 millimeters. I took pictures of that on my other phone. So what I did to put the spring back on is I should have did this before. I loosened this off, loosened that side off, and had it like this, like open. I put the spring, there's a little hole right here, right there. Sorry, my camera's out of focus. There's a little hole right there, and there's a hole right here. And you have to, I just use my fingernail. It's a little bit long right now. I use my fingernail, probably put a finger over it because you don't want it to go flying across the room or something. And then this is kind of easy. You got to clear that step again. Line up the spring with that hole. It's lined up now. You can use a pick or a screwdriver or a flathead or a pin, pick, anything to do that. Just make sure that you clear these edges and you don't snap your ball latch. I mean, you shouldn't have to do this unless you have a crappy magazine like mine. If yours is working fine, you don't need to do any of this. But if someone else has one of these and it's being a piece of shit and it's pissing you off, this is what you got to do to fix it. So put your little cap thing back, have the little, I almost lost it. The bottom side, which should go on the spring, has like a circle. So that fits on the spring like that. And the other side has that like bump hanging off of it. Line up this little slot with your guide, put it back in there, and then keep pressure, just keep your finger on it, over it. And then the curved part of this lock or whatever this is goes on the front. So this is the front of the mag. Curved part right here. Once you get it over a little bit, you can move your finger out of the way and just push it through all the way. Sometimes this doesn't come back up. It should go up. So what I did was just kind of pull your spring guide down, and once it's down, maybe keep a finger down here just in case this comes off, like the spring unglues. But after a little bit, like you tap it, it should pop back into place. And it's pretty much almost in there. I'm gonna undo this follower guide, let it pop up. I'm keeping my finger up here so that I don't have anything snap the top off. And oh, there you go. I need to line up my this bottom thing. I don't know what it's called exactly. This part that falls off, like the cap for the magazine. So yeah, it's a lot better than it used to be. It's not perfect still, but it's a lot better than it used to be. This is back protruding out into this little recessed area. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep my thumb right here to block that from flying up. I also have my finger up here to keep it just like as a secondary in case it somehow gets past my thumb. But yeah, this is back to working condition. It's just, it looks nice. Like it's not all stupid anymore right here where it's like hanging off. And yeah, so I'll let you guys see the sizes of those springs. Let me just get my other phone. So that is the thickness of this little spring right here. It's the like width of that, like the outside diameter of that spring. This is the length of that spring, 9 millimeters. And that is the thickness of the spring, like how thick that wire gauge is. You could probably use like a 0.6 or a 0.7 maybe, but I would probably just try to stick with the original sizes. And here's the this pin right here, right there. That's the thickness. It's about 1.5 millimeters. You could try to find a 1.46 pin, but it'll probably be 1.5. So yeah, that's your magazine basically. 15-minute video for anyone who has problems with their Beeman BP50 mag. So you guys have a good one, and I'll be using this in future videos. So see you next time.